Hello everyone. We'll start in another 10 minutes.
Okay, Arvind.
Hi guys. Good evening. Hi.
Very good evening, Ravi.
Good evening, Ravi.
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Ravi bhai.
Good evening, Ravi.
Good evening, Ravi.
That's how we network. We have so many beautiful people.
Good evening, Jess.
We have Sividya, we have Ashif, Ankit, Shargav, Vaibhav, Shohail, we have Akshay, we have Mohan, we have Himani, Debdutta, and Amit. We have hi Amit, Dagati, what's up? So we have so many faces, and I believe Dave is already in. Let me have a check if Dave has joined. Dave is yet to join. He'll be joining any moment now. So we have so many faces, new faces, plus so many people that I already know. And okay, we already have 80, 90 people, 89, 90 people. We have Debdutta. Hi Debdutta, good evening. Welcome.
Hi, Ravi.
We have been waiting and the attendance looks quite high. We are starting with 90 people and that sounds very mesmerizing for me. So welcome to the HFS community, first masterclass that we are trying to engage tonight. And as everyone has got the context, it's all going to be about what's working, what's not working in the hiring process. And we have got someone who has been there, done that. Because what's better than learning from someone who has cracked the deal of getting into the ecosystem, coming from a different domain. Now, why I wanted especially Debdutta to be here, because guys, people from sales, they make a transition from B2C to B2B. We have heard multiple cases, so many cases from HFS itself. But why Debdutta's appearance is very much special, because he was an engineer, like most of us in India. So no doubt there. But he was an engineer there, and from there he made a transition to move to B2B sales. And that has been a crazy journey for him as of now. And to give you introduction, like obviously being from sales, and once you have got the registration done on the masterclass, everyone must have gone on LinkedIn and checked his profile. Who all did it? Can I get any kind of emojis, reactions, guys? Okay, Kunal, Sanjeev, Mugdha, oh, Vishal, oh my God. Yes, you have done the research. Love it. So I believe the same research led to connection requests also to Devdatta, because he told me he has been receiving multiple. That does not mean he did not do it without this post also, but it increased, the flow increased. So thank you so much to you guys. Now, when I talk about Dave, it's I want to give you an introduction that he was an engineer till 2021, and then he moved to the sales career. like most of us. And then he turned to be the SDR when SDR was just a term on paper. Now you know that everyone who is an SDR, the one who goes understand the product, goes to the market, understand the market fit, gets the buyer personas understanding, and then get the meeting books for the team. But he was an SDR when SDR was not a term which is very commonly used these days. Now he has a very deep experience when we talk about outbound sales, selling to different kind of personas that we understand in the SaaS process, which is across HR, sales, marketing, RevOps, and he has worked across US, EMEA, APAC markets, which is the major market. And nowadays, when you are looking for higher packages, which market we have to look upon to? Anyone? Unmute and tell me.
US.
Exactly, the North American market. So thank you so much. And this is what we have to understand, why this shift is there, why this SDR term is very commonly heard these days. But if you are hearing this SDR word, plus you are seeing so many opportunities, and you are doing a certain process to get into the process, why the outcome is still zero. And this is what we are here to crack down. Now, again, just talking about the whole experience of Debdutta, he has worked in companies, obviously have done the research, but this just for the formality. He has worked for 6sense, Aligned, and currently he's leading the GTM for Storylane. Anyone? Any questions till now? Good to go? Cool. Now, along with his SDR role, you know that you have, all of us have seen multiple posts from Debdutta, and we have engaged, we have laughed on it, we have loved it, we have sent out likes, we have commented that thank you for this particular post, because why I got inclined towards his post or account, I'll tell you, because he's the only person without any benefit expectations. He will post the relevant jobs. He will see if company is firing a certain set of salespeople. He will pick that opportunity of introducing this sales job which is available in the market, accumulate it and post it on his LinkedIn, so people can get benefit out of it. And when someone is trying to give it back to the community, nothing can be more beautiful than that, guys. And this is what we expect you to do once you are in the system. Now, to date, he has held more than 100 SDRs to either land a role in the tech sales or to reach their quotas, which is expected from the company. Not only reach, in fact, override the quotas, I would say. This is an introduction from my side about Dave. Now I'm handing it over to Dave to interact with you guys. And then I have received almost 46 to 48 questions, out of which I have catered down to 12 questions in total because we have a time limitation. And we will ask those 12 questions on your behalf from Dave, and he will try to answer in his best possible capacity. And then we will proceed for the open mic. Cool. So handing it over to Dave. Thank you so much, Dave, for joining. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Ravi, for this great introduction. And also thank you so much, guys, for joining on a Sunday 8 p.m. call. It is really good. As Ravi has mentioned a lot of things about me. One thing I'd like to say why I wanted to partner with Hire for Skills. One of the reason is the goal is very mutual. When I started, as Ravi mentioned, there was no SDR. What is SDR meant by back in 2021? No one knew. Even I was very, I would say, new back then. So I wanted to share my experience because I was consuming a lot of content from people from the West, and how they are, doing this work. But no one was from India was doing it and creating content. So I just started sharing my journey on LinkedIn from 2022, and that's how the community was built. I was able to meet people, a lot of SDRs, and from there this thing happened. So fast forward to right now, my only goal is to help Indian SDRs, to help them get a job, or help them in their current workforce, because I know it's a very difficult job as an SDR, especially right now when every email every leader has thousands of emails in their inbox getting slammed with cold calls. How do we reach out? How do we stand out? So that was the motive, to partner with Hire for Skills, because again, they are doing a great job in terms of placing the students at the right companies. But I will take a moment and want to know from you guys who have joined right now. What is your motive from this current masterclass? What you're trying to looking to take away? Like, if there's one thing that I would, if I ask you, like, what is the reason you would say that after 2 hours that, okay, the thing that I wanted to get from this masterclass, I got that. So if you can comment down in the chat box, that would be really great.
You can simply write jobs also. We don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, just be truthful
We
and
just
be.
want to understand the mindset and the
Yeah,
expectation.
exactly. Yeah,
Kamla, crazy. He's not
that's
even
the real.
thinking about job. He's thinking one step beyond job, that is money.
Yeah, that's the real sales mindset. That's it. Booking. Okay, growth. Oh wow, love the chat. Okay. Okay, so more or less, I understood. Like, it's more or less uh, clarity among the space, how the job market is right now. Uh, Obviously, getting into a good sales, SaaS company, and making the transition smooth for you. Like, that's the real goal right now, right? So yeah, we can start. Ravi, how do you like? Should I?
So I have the set of questions there
Yeah.
that we have curated from all the questions that we have received from the registration form. So the first question that I have personally, that what has changed in the SDR hiring when you started and right now when we have started the new year, which is 2026?
Yeah, the first thing is competition. So when I started in 2021, as I said, SDA was a new term in India, especially. So obviously the competition was very low. Right now, the competition is huge. Just like how your prospect inbox is filled with outbound messages, the recruiter has a lot of profiles, right, to go through. And one thing I've seen is, and that is one of the most transition thing that I've seen earlier, let's say in my era, when we used to apply, there's an option in on LinkedIn, where if you go through LinkedIn, there's an option called easy apply. Now if you do that in, let's say, 2020-21, you still can get a interview call, let's say. But right now, if you do it in 2026, I can guarantee that if you're not getting any call for sure, because that thing won't work. Like, if you go to LinkedIn, apply, like, hit the easy apply button and fill up your details and submit the interview, you will be expecting, let's say, that interviewer will call you and etc. That's not going to happen. So that's the major shift. Like, you have to take the SDR job like you're an SDR, and you have to prospect, you have to book the meeting with your recruiter and show them that you have the skills. You should not say that, oh, I know cold calling, I know cold email. Write the cold email, do the cold call, and tell them that, hey, I have the skills now, your job is to hire me. So that's the main shift, the competition. You have to break through the competition here.
Okay, sounds very interesting. Guys, any questions on this?
You can write it in the
No
chat
question?
if you
Yeah.
want.
Cool. So we'll move to the fantastic answer. That makes sense also. Now, the second question that I have, that why are so many capable candidates, which are there, they are very much capable in closing sales, communicating well. After, despite of all these details, they are still feeling stuck. They
Yeah.
are applying consistently. They are doing all the things. So
Hmm.
what is that one thing which is missing and they are not getting the call from the interviewers?
I would say, you might have seen, like, a lot of people just make one resume and send to everyone, right? But the issue here is, let's say company one wants a. Okay, yeah, exactly, Nilesh. Same thing. Yeah. So coming back to the question, a lot of people, what did they do? They make one resume and send it to across, let's say, 10 companies. Now the issue here is, let's say company one wants experience selling to US market, company two wants experience selling to APAC market. Now let's say if you have just put that I have experience selling to US market, you will get, let's say, a call from company one, but not from company two, three, and four. So my point here is, you have to make your resume in a way where it aligns with the job responsibility of the company that you're applying to. Now, in today's day and time, it is easy to do that with chat gpt and everything. But again, it's the matter of small details. Like obviously, yeah, you have to write your experience and everything, but when you're sharing that resume or your portfolio, you have to make sure that portfolio is relevant to the company that you're sharing to, their what they're looking for, and it matches with your your achievements. If you don't do that, it will be difficult then to shortlist your profile. You will be you might be applying for tens of 50s of companies, but you might not get the call because it's just not matching with the set of expectations that they have. I think someone raised their hand.
Yeah, we will come back to questions.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is one point that I've seen, because I'll give an example as well. When I was aligned and I was the founding SDR, and we thought of expanding our SDR team. So we thought we'll put up a post, and for hiring our second SDR and all those things. And so since I was the part of the hiring team, I saw we had clear instruction that these are the responsibilities or job responsibilities or expectation from the SDR. The resumes that we got, and people who reached out, it was the same old people writing from chat gpt, and we can understand because I have been in their shoes. I know how it looks like. I see that they have not done the research like what we are looking for and all those stuff. So these small things are very important when you're applying. Again, I'll come back to the same point, that take this job applying whole process as a sales process, right? And do the job right, exactly like that. Like for example, if you have three deals, obviously you're not sending the same proposal to all the three deals, right? One proposal might have xyz, one proposal might have other things. So if you send the same proposal to all the deals, all the prospects, it won't be signed, right? It will be rejected. You do exactly the same process with hiring as well. You can't send the same resume to all the companies, you will be rejected.
Perfect. Makes sense. So, understanding this, like, what is that one process that they should do that will make them stand out? Because right now there are multiple options available. Do they start with the market research, send the Loom video? What do you think will be the best channel or the medium for them to, stand out?
Stand out, yeah. If you ask me right now, and especially I'm just talking about the SDR role, no other sales role here, this is a SDR role. Just pick up the phone and call the hiring manager. Now it has, I'll tell you two things here. A lot of people right now are doing the ditching the traditional easy apply process and doing the outreach. I've seen, they're emailing, they're doing LinkedIn. And let's say 10 people, 8 to 9 people are finding the email address or reaching out to the hiring manager on LinkedIn, and they're reaching out. That is great. I don't have any problem with that. But no one is cold calling. Let's say only one person out of those 10 people is cold calling the hiring manager. So what I'm trying to say is, go to that channel where competition is less. If you go to email or LinkedIn, the competition is already high there. People like hiring managers are getting bombarded with emails and LinkedIn messages, etc., etc. But cold calling is something that I know, because I have been in that shoes. Like I used to fear cold calling. I used to think, no, no, I won't cold call. What will that hiring manager think? If I fumble, what if I am not able to speak with the hiring manager in the right way? So a lot of negative thoughts come into our mind. But I'll tell you, if you just pick up your phone, and now getting phone numbers is very easy. Like right now, I can tell you 10 data provider tools that you don't have to pay. Like you can get free credits, let's say 50 credits for free. You can get credits from different email, like using email, Gmail IDs of yours, and get the phone numbers of the hiring manager, right? And if you can cold call these people, simply pick up your phone, cold call that person and say that, hey, I saw on LinkedIn that you're looking for SDR. That's the reason I called you. I wanted to pitch myself. Now, if you see that if the hiring manager says, oh, why did you cold call me? This is not the way, you should apply, right? If that happens, then don't apply for that company. It's a red flag, because the SDR job is to cold call. That hiring manager, let's say the SDR manager's job is to train their SDRs on cold calling. And if that hiring manager is getting, offended by getting a cold call, it's a red flag, totally. So it's another great process to filter good companies as well. Like I would love, let's say, if I post any job and let's say I tell if I don't tell people, and from their point of view, if they cold call me, they get an edge from other SDRs who have emailed me or LinkedIn me.
Okay. So guys, now you got to know from a person who is looking to who keeps on hiring from the market and who has been in your shoes, that if you want to stand out, you have to do an outstanding job. That is, call the person, speak to them, let them have a touch of what you are actually doing, how well you take calls, because that's reality. At the end of the day, you might be sending emails, you might be sending LinkedIn posts, you might be doing multiple things. But when you are about to sell, you are supposed to represent yourself where you are selling verbally. And when you cannot represent yourself verbally or your product verbally, then what's the use? Hassan, there will be managers who get offended, but at the end of the day, the whole agenda of you working as an SDR to cold call and get the sales done. And if I'm looking to hire someone to do a particular job and I'm getting offended by the same process, then as Debdutta told, don't get hired there. Because if I want you to get the job done and I'm not happy with the same thing that you are doing with me, what we should okay, we'll come to the questions in the last 20 minutes because we have already curated the questions. So now Dave, I wanted to ask a very interesting question which I also wanted to ask, that what according to you is fundamentally broken in the current SDR job application process? Like I have seen people are applying left, right, and center. I have seen people are posting jobs left, right, and center. Then if the demand is there and people are ready to supply those demand, what is the gap in between? You want me to repeat the question, Dave? Hello, am I audible, guys?
Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, you're audible. I think he dropped off somehow.
Yes.
Maybe some internet connection from his side.
Okay, let me check. So guys, in the meantime, you can ask me any question that you want me to ask him. You can just unmute and you can
I
shoot.
have a question for you, Ravi bhai.
Okay.
So as Debdutta suggested to directly cold call the hiring manager. So my question is, instead of directly cold calling the hiring manager, and if he is not in the mood right now, there can be multiple reasons that he can give a very bad reply to us.
Okay.
His targets are not getting fulfilled, and there are other things also, right? So if he just gives a wrong kind of reply to us, then we, according to them, we will put that company to red list, right? So instead of doing that, can we just firstly reach out to them on LinkedIn, and if we don't get a reply on our first or second follow-up, then we can do the cold calling. What do you say?
I'm sorry,
So
guys.
Dave is
I
there.
actually internet
Yes.
issues.
No problem at all. So, Riaz, see, when we talk about the mood, that is a very circumstantial thing, right? But if there is a 50% chance that the person is not able to, not is in good mood, there is a 50% chance that he'll be in a super mood to take your call. And being in sales, it's all about taking the chances. That's what I feel, right? And when someone is not in good mood, you can tell them, so I think I got you at the wrong time. Let me connect to you tomorrow or day after. What do you think? What time suits you? We can always be gentle enough and wrap up the call and move it to the next opportunity that you have. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I think Dave is trying to join. He has some internet issues. That's the
Can you?
yeah. Yes, go on. Someone is asking anything, guys? Yes, Kalra. Tell me.
Yes, Ravi. Very similar to what Riaz asked, because many a times hiring managers or the HRs, they do not have the understanding how the entire sales process happens. Majorly the sales heads or the functional heads. So they are the right people to be interacted, but the channel goes through the hiring managers, right? So
True.
there can be a gap here. Right. So if we are connecting with the hiring managers, they might not be able to understand what we've been doing so far. They might not be able to understand the profile as good as the functional head would do. So if
This
we can, this can be enlightened a little bit.
This goes to Arvinda. So, guys, Arvinda is the co-founder of HFS. Everyone knows, but then also no need of introduction. But then also, I just wanted to throw some lights. Arvinda is there, and he'll be helping with the best answers.
Yeah, thank you. Like just like everyone, even I am curious and eager to talk to Debdutta. But again, just to add a counterpoint to what Kalrav said, Kalrav, you're right. Actually, I think Debdutta was also sharing the light on the same pointer. When he's talking about cold call, you can directly we are talking about calling the sales manager or the sales director or someone related to sales. Hiring manager can be an option, but there is a risk added to it, which is, as you said, hiring managers are not often trained on the sales process, or they're not trained on enjoying a cold call. That can be one counterpart to it. But yes, I think we'll hear the answer from Devdutta.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm audible. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I had some internet issues. I'm back now. Uh, yeah. Sorry. Can you just repeat the question?
So, Kalra was asking something. Yes, Arvinda, you can go with the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, so Kalra was asking when you were talking about we could do cold calls to the
Yeah.
hiring managers. His feedback was rather than hiring managers, won't the sales directors or sales related people would be the right target? Why? Because hiring managers from the HR side are not the ones who are trained on cold call process. Maybe there can be say maximum number of negative feedbacks on the cold call of why they are receiving a call. Is that
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, when I say hiring managers, take it as SDR managers and no one else. Like absolutely don't cold call HR managers, I would say, or anyone from the HR department, because as you said, they are not trained on cold calls. What I mean by hiring managers and cold calling them is just cold call the SDR managers. And especially depends whom are you calling. Don't make a cold call to, let's say, VP of sales or the sales director. Find out the exact person who will be your future manager in that company and cold call only that person. And apart from that, I'll tell you the difference. Let's say a company like VW, it's a big company, right? And let's say they have a role for SDR, right? You have to cold call the SDR manager. A lot of times what they will say is, thank you for the cold call, but we want to take it this whole is the interview process in a way that we want to take it in a way where the HR should be looped, and they will probably loop you with the HR. But a lot of companies, like early stage companies, they won't have, let's say, set processes. So they will, let's say, take your cold call, and then probably in the next day they will have a meeting with you. But for big companies, probably the HR will have to get involved. But again, never cold call the HR. It won't be appreciated. Only cold call the SDR manager. Find out the SDR manager from LinkedIn. Again, that's where your research comes into the picture. Your capability on finding the right prospect comes into the picture, and then you cold call exactly the person who will be your future manager. Does that make sense?
Kalrav? Okay, cool. So, a very, very a good answer for this, but a very interesting question that's coming up. I think that's giving more suggestion. Let's not stick to one point only. Yeah, cool. So now coming to the main question that I had in my mind, and that's what I'm gonna ask right now. That people come from different, completely diversified background. They might be from B2C, they might be from event management, they might be from business analysts, tech roles, diversified completely, and they all want to break
Yeah.
into SDR roles because that's paying a lot, opportunities that's growing 170% year on year. Understanding all these pointers, what is that one thing or what all the
Hmm.
attendees should unlearn before they are trying to break in the SDR roles coming from diversified background?
Uh, I would say the important thing that you should unlearn is stop selling. Seems counterintuitive, but the point I'm trying to make here is SDRs don't sell products.
There's some internet issue from your.
SDRs
I think there is an internet issue. Your voice is not clear.
Shall we switch off our camera? So
So
I
this
can
proves
switch on
how
my
much
camera.
difficulties you'll
Hello.
have to face to get a job as an SDR, even to get trained.
Because it all comes down to how much committed you are. So guys, in short, what I wanted to say, that when we talk about like I have been training people from past 2 years, right? I have trained, like we have trained 500 600 odd individuals, and everyone wanted to break into this SDR roles. What one problem that I have identified personally while training them, that when you come from the last job, you have the shadow of your last job. By the shadow I mean that if you have a timeline, if you have a day routine, you try to get into the new job with the same daily routine which you had. If you're coming from a platform where you used to dial 100 calls, you expect in this domain or in this ecosystem, 100 calls will still resolve your problem. But the change is when you are shifting the domain, you're not only shifting the product, you're not only shifting the selling, you're shifting the whole process to approach a customer. As I always tell in my training also, that 95% of the job in B2C or any other domain when you are trying to make a sale starts once you have the lead. But it's completely opposite in B2B, because 95% of the job is already done, and then you get to know whom you are selling to. You might be prospecting for a particular company, you might be prospecting for a particular organization, but you don't know who is that person from that organization who will come and sit in front of you in that particular meeting, understand the product and make the payment. Because until and unless the payment is in, it's useless, whatever you are learning, whatever efforts you are putting in. And one suggestion that I will give you, all of you guys, whenever you are trying to start a new journey of yours in the new company, never stick with plan A. There is something called as A/B testing. What is A/B testing? Whenever you have 10 prospects, understand this very nicely. Suppose you have 10 prospects and you want to make sales for those 10 prospects. Rather than going with LinkedIn opportunity or LinkedIn warm up for the whole 10 people, what you're going to do, you will bifurcate 3 for LinkedIn, 3 for email, 3 for calls, and 1 personally you will try to set up a meeting. If it's possible, being in the same city, because it's global sales, right? Now you start with that in the initial phase of your career, guys, I'm saying. Because when I'm there, I might be good at building relation at LinkedIn. Someone is good at writing crazy emails. Someone is very good at cold calls. But you cannot try everything and end up nowhere. Rather than bifurcate into A, B, C testing, whatever means of channels of communication are there. You try to implement that, you do the testing, and then you understand which plan is working. Because I have seen after training people, and once they enter the ecosystem, they come back to me, Ravi, meetings nahi book ho rahe. But the people are not taking calls. I'm not getting email open rates as I was getting while I was applying for the job. So I connect with them and I only ask them that what did you do the whole day? They told me I have shot almost 180 plus emails. And what about the cold calls? What about the LinkedIn opportunities? So this is the testing platform which you are supposed to do. And if Arvinda wants to add anything, what are the process that a person should unlearn before breaking? Because we have all been into the shoes of different ecosystem, and then we have got our chance into the B2B SaaS sales. So what do you think, Arvinda?
No, it's absolutely right. The markets are tough. The industry is tough. That is the reason why we should be tougher to crack it. And say this session was more aligned to it. There is some unfortunate instance because of internet, but still I'll keep the floor open. Until that, I will take some questions. If you have any related to getting a job, related to sales process and everything. Meanwhile, when Debdutta joins, we will continue with the session.
Yes, Venkat has some question. Yes, Venkat, go on.
Yeah, hi, Gurus.
It's all
If
about friends.
your question, when will the masterclass start? Then I don't have an answer. Yeah.
Yes, Venkat,
Yeah,
go on.
yeah.
So I just want to add a point here. Whatever you said, the previous job is a shadow to your new role. So as an alumni of HFS, I want to add a point. I was pretty backgrounded with the real estate sector, and I have selected my new job in the. I'm just giving a suggestion. I'm not asking any kind of question here. So if you select a same sector job, you can do wonders. Recently, I want to say good news also. Recently, I've got internal promotion as a junior account executive. So I am sharing this thing to Mr. Ravi and Arvinda.
So you found this platform to announce the good news anyway.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
guys, to introduce Venkat, Venkat is part of Hire for Skills batch and he's an alumni. He got placed to a company, and what he's suggesting is that he is from real estate background and he moved into B2B SaaS sales, which is related to real estate vertical. And then
Yes,
he has got promoted now. So, that is one tip that he's sharing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Venkat.
Thank you so
yes,
much.
yes.
Now we have next question from Purushottam. Hi, Purushottam. Yes, go on.
Yeah, hi. So my question is, there are already candidates who have experience of 6 months or maybe 1 year in the same field, right? So how can we stand out when there are other good candidates, and what needs to be done in order to become successful?
Very
I'll
good
explain.
question.
Yeah.
Because see, each and every post I see on LinkedIn has around more than 100 200 applies, right? So there so 70 80% might not be good ones, but at least 10 20% might be the best ones, right? I mean, at least 5 to 10% might be the good candidates who already have some experience. So when we are starting a new or when we are shifting from B2C to B2B, how can we make sure that we become successful here, even though we follow all the previous steps that Devdutta mentioned?
Very good
So,
question, Push.
yeah,
I'll take this answer
yeah,
Ravi,
Arvind.
for a
Sure.
first part because I really like the question, and mentally I prepared an answer. Just wanted to put it out. So Purushottam, very simple logic. I'll give it to you. Whenever you are looking for a job, there is one technique that you do. Think like the founder. Imagine you are the founder of a SaaS company, and you have put up an opening for an SDR role. What is your primary goal? What are you trying to achieve in terms of getting an SDR? You're trying to achieve, if I would get an SDR, who'd make some meetings or do some revenue or help me in terms of my company progression. Correct? Vishal, revenue is more related to an account executive. If you are keeping it focused towards SDR, getting more meetings. Is that right, Purushottam?
Yeah, that's right.
Correct? So at the end of the day, what founder cares is that whether Purushottam, an individual coming to my company, will bring more meetings to me or not. So result matters. Now, how are you going to prove to that particular founder or the leader that you are more capable of proving yourself in terms of getting more meetings? So that is the underlying point that any founder cares. So that is the reason, if you see, there was a masterclass which happened few weeks back in Hire for Skills, which was from Anuj Narang, who was also GTM expert, and he clearly stated, I will not even care if the person has a degree or not. I don't care about it. All I care, if that person has the right communication, if that person has the right skill, if he can bring me meetings, if he can achieve my quota or not. That's the underlying point. So even though the LinkedIn job description says 2 years of experience required, that does not mean on paper. That means I want a person who can achieve that particular goal. And if you have a way to learn, have that skill, showcase that skill to that sales director in such way, not just on the easy apply button, which you will get rejected, but in a way where you can reach out to them, just like how Devdutta said, and prove yourself that yes, my communication is far better, my interaction skills are far better, my projects are far better, and I can execute and give you the result. Trust me, that founder would want you rather than a 5 years of experience guy who has just applied his resume on an easy apply button. Does it make sense? Cool.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Good answer.
Thank you. Thank
I
you so
just wanted to add one more thing. I recently had an interview, and someone said to me that your communication skills and all is good, but you have this mother tongue influence in your this thing. So when there are some genuine issues like that, so should we go forward with such companies, or like take it as
No,
a feedback and then move on?
the plan is, Purushottam, that at the end of the day you are supposed to sell globally, and everyone wants their product to be represented in the best possible way, very honestly. And I'll tell you what are the problems I realized while placing people in HFS and how we have fixed it. The first problem that we used to face, that people are completely equipped, but when you are applying for an interview or for a job application, you are sending your resume. Understand this problem. You are sending the resume. On resume, everything is theoretical. I don't know you. I am supposed to trust a piece of paper, which I'm not willing to, because revenue and the whole sales process comes into the picture. How we cracked it down, Arvinda came with a brilliant idea of creating a portfolio. In the sales community, we will share the portfolio links also, so you can have an understanding how the portfolio works. In the portfolio, whatever is required for a person to get a job is pre-mentioned. It starts with your optimized LinkedIn. It goes with your ATS. It goes with your video resume, which takes care of your communications, your MTIs, your intonations, your verbs, your grammars, everything. Then comes the past experience, how the past experience makes relevance to the current market of B2B SaaS. You might be selling something, but how you can create relevance to the current market of B2B. That's what very much important. Now comes the, after that, what all tools you know. Because on resume, you cannot stick a logo of Apollo.ai. You cannot send that, okay, I know Sales Navigator. You have to show the case studies, and how you're going to do it by market research. So in the portfolio, we make our student do 5 to 10 companies market research, the B2B SaaS lead companies like Whatflix, Razorpay, multiple. And those market research are already included along with the sales playbook. What is the sales playbook? It's the end-to-end life cycle of a sales product. How the product goes to the market, how you interact, how the rapport building is done, how SQL is built, which is a sales qualified leads. And then comes the final part where you are supposed to do a call, because calling makes all the difference. And then you practice calls. We record the best calls and we upload it on your portfolio. And once you send and apply and do an outreach with that particular portfolio, and a person clicks on that, he has everything on the table, that what is required on the basic level to even consider you. And then the shift happens of you getting a job. Now, after that, it's still not ended, guys. Once we got the portfolio done, people started applying. Then we started getting rejection stating the experience is not relevant, which is true. We cannot create experience out of nowhere. And I never believe in fabricating a job role. I have spoken to all my students. I will not fabricate anything, because you might get a job with fabrication, but you will die in the job process because you don't know it. And the moment you fabricate a deal with high expectation, you get into the company, high responsibilities kicks in, and you won't be able to justify that. So what we have done, we have tied up with multiple SaaS companies. We have module A, B, C, D, where you can gain experience by working with the real-time SaaS companies. Those companies comes into the picture, give you the certification, and that certificates get added upon your portfolio. So on-field experience, in-hand experience, everything is taken care by that experience module. Now they don't have any question. Now it all comes down to how you are doing the mock calls, how you are doing the cold calls, how well you are understanding the market, how well you are doing the outreach, and then you are moving towards in the job role. So this is what we have. This is how we have cracked down, and this is what we are building right now in HFS. Why I wanted this session to happen, because Dave has been in the shoes and has done and cracked the process without HFS. Now, this is not an admission centric session where after the session, I will start sending emails that join my club, join my this institute, join my coaching center, and tomorrow you will be Einstein or Newton. No, I wanted you to understand the basics, that eventually when someone like Dave, who did it when we were not even in existence as a company, how the basic process looks like. Yes, Vinod, I will hand it over to him. I know that he is back, but I need to complete an answer. I know you don't want to hear from me. You want to hear from him, but then also just wanted to complete this answer. So sorry, Vinod. I will take care of it from the next very time. So handing it over to Dave. Thank you so much, guys.
Sorry, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm keeping my camera off for now. Uh, yeah, Ravi. I think we were talking about the part
The unlearning part.
unlearning part. Yeah. So I have a specific answer for that. The about the unlearning part, especially people coming from different background. Is you need to stop selling the product, right? Why I say that? From my experience, what I've understood that SDRs don't sell product, they sell a meeting. Now, what is the meaning of that, right? Uh, Imagine you are reaching out to a HR leader for let's say for a product that is based on let's say hiring, right? Now you're doing an outbound. Now that person doesn't know your company, doesn't know you, was not expecting your call, right? So in those criteria, if you just you know pick up your call and just start selling your product, it won't get their attention. What you have to do is you have to research about the person, what is their problem, how you can get their attention, and then you have to make sure that the problem is something that worth solving, and just book the meeting. The real selling of your product will happen in the 30-minute Zoom call that they have agreed to join in, and the AE will take part of the uh, the product selling. What you have to do is understand the product, understand the persona, understand what problem they are facing right now, and how you and why you are the best person to solve that problem and not anyone else. So that is the most important thing, how you shift your mindset from selling your own product to getting into the mindset of how you can solve a problem, figure out an issue that your prospect genuinely have, and give a solution for that. I felt this thing when I was an SDR back in 2021. I used to just pitch, and I was think, okay, if I pitch 10 times, at least one time people will revert back. But that's a very wrong mindset, and that's the unlearning part that most of the people have to do.
Okay, perfect. That's very interesting. In fact, some pointers to me also. Thank you so much, Dave. Now, moving to the next section of the guys. What happens once you apply? This was before what you apply, the kind of mindset and the preparation you're supposed to do. Now, the question shift to what happens once you apply. So, the first question is when a particular recruiter receive hundreds of applications because it's open world, right? I'm posting a job and everyone is pressing easy apply left, right, and center. What actually happens on their side once they see 100 application? How they prioritize?
uh, tell you the process. Now there are different processes for different companies. I'll tell you companies, let's say for someone who is into seed stage, right, or series A. Companies for those criterias won't have a very defined interview process. Like I would say they will probably won't have a HR dedicated HR person for hiring the SDR and etc. So it depends on what type of companies you are applying for, small to big to enterprise. I'll give you three different scenarios. Let's say you are selling you are sorry you are applying for a small startup. It's a seed stage series A. There the process is very straightforward, right? You probably will speak directly to the founder or the SDR or the manager, and the hiring process will be very simple, I would say. Like if they like you, they will they will tell you. If they don't like you, they will tell you that they're not moving forward. In comparison to an enterprise level company where, let's say, there'll be a dedicated HR team, there'll be ATS software who will review your resume. So it's totally different for different I would say companies. So from the recruiter point of view, they are always obviously swamped with a lot of resumes. If I would say if they are have a ATS software, what they will do is firstly they will put those resumes through the ATS software, and whichever resumes pass through this ATS software, they will go to the next stage, and whichever don't, they you get a automated email. But you have to always think from the hiring person's point of view, that if they're getting hundreds of resumes, how can I stand out? In those time, what you have to do is, once you let's say submit your resume, you have to, you should not sit back and relax and wait for a answer from them. What you have to do is you have to connect with relevant people from their organization. For you, who are the relevant people? The SDRs are the relevant people, the SDR manager are the relevant people, probably the sales directors are, or the sales leaders are the relevant people. You have to connect with them and talk to them. And what should you talk to them? You should ask them how has been their experience working at that company, how does the sales culture looks like in those companies, so that people should know that okay, there's someone called Dave who has been applying at this company for the sales role. And in case if they are open to refer as you as well, that is like a bonus for you, where you're not just applying, you're also getting a referral from an internal people just by building relationship with them. That makes your portfolio or your application more strong from other people. Does that make sense?
Completely to me. Guys, any
Yeah.
questions on this? No? Perfect. I believe, guys, Arvinda has a very curious question to ask. So it all goes to Arvinda. Yes, Arvinda.
Thank you, Ravi. Hi, Debdutta.
Hi, bro. I have been just to tell you, I have been following and seeing your content for a while. I told this to Ravi. So thank you for creating content around SDRs. Really good to see the content.
Hey, you're stealing my words out. I was just about to mention the same, but anyway, so kind of you, Dave. I was about to say, during my initial time in B2B, I think Devdutta is a senior in this industry. As he said, even before SDR was famous or SDR was a term, he got into it from engineering. And initial times when I was looking for a job, more than looking at job portals, I will look at Devdatta's posts because he used to post about opportunities. And thank you for that, Dev.
Means a
My
lot.
question is very simple. So in Hire for Skills, we have in our community we have something called as Miracle Morning Skill Up session, which is morning 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. We will have book reviews, we will have content, we'll have sales oriented subjects, and multiple classes happening. So there was one season two where we used to have book reviews and physical and mental health related topics. And I wanted my own younger sister to attend that because I thought it would be useful for her. So it took me a lot of efforts to convince her to join 6 a.m., attend the session. Still, she attended 2 out of the 7 sessions. So my question to you is, I know one of the difficult tasks of a salesperson is to sell it to the family. And how did you manage to convince or sell the concept of SDR job being the future to your brother, who is also in the meeting here? Was it because you loved sales so much that you invited him, or was it paying you more that you invited him? What was that factor which maybe people here who are looking forward for sales and specifically B2B SaaS sales can be inspired about?
Thank you. That's a great question. Yeah, I mean, so so my brother is also an SDR, and he's also has followed the same career path. Like he was an engineer turned sales SDR. Um, actually, what happened here is he used to see me doing the SDR job when he was in college, right? And he I think he got curious from there. And I mean, I didn't have to be honest, I didn't have to sell him the whole concept of SDR and all this thing. It was his interest, to be honest, that he came up to me and said that he wants to try this profession. And I should, because he was curious by looking at me doing the cold calls and talking to people. So from that scenario, I would say it was an easy sell for me because the prospect was already interested, kind of inbound for me. And then I helped him to get into this profession, and have been, I think he has been, it's been 2 years if I'm not wrong, that he has been here as an SDR. Currently he's a founding SDR at a company called View, doing well. The best part is we both work from home, so we have the that liberty to have that flexible timing, working from home, all those stuff. So yeah, so that's how it happened for my brother specifically.
Thank you. It was a curious question which was not allowing me to sleep peacefully in the nights anyway. Thank you, Dev.
Yeah.
So, yes, any more question, Arvinda? Or
Yeah,
If
I have a few questions.
sure, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All yours.
They've just a short question, because these days, during the initial times when I was trying to apply on LinkedIn, the easiest way to apply is to click on that easy apply button on LinkedIn. And there are certain companies which will have the external apply button, which will redirect to a landing page where we'll have to fill a cover letter, resume, and all those things. Now we know the value, but earlier we didn't know. Maybe there are aspirants here who are also thinking of easy apply button and the apply button. So in an ideal scenario, what is the difference? Even not the theoretical part, but the technical part. Where should people shed more focus, even though outreach, cold call is clear? But on this LinkedIn application part, which has more value, is there any significance that we have to understand?
I would say, see, don't. I'm not against doing the easy apply right now, but what I say is, my point is, do the easy apply, or fill up the application process that the company has, but at the same time, just don't rely on that process. I would say, do like fill up the easy apply and share all your details so that you go through the traditional interview process well and good, but at the same time be very proactive, right? Because it shows like the skill of an SDR. Like, be proactive, find out the relevant people from that company, reach out to them, make build those relationship with that company if you really want to join that company, right? Let's say, for example, if I give an example of less Salesforce, it's a big company, right? And they hired SDRs from India. Now, will like when a let's say when a company like Salesforce open a role for an SDR, they get minimum 10,000, let's say, if not less, applications. Right now, how do you stand out? You apply from the link that you got from the Salesforce job portal. Apply, well and good. But at the same time, find out the person who has been working there as an SDR for a long time. Reach out to that person. Find out the person who has been an SDR manager at Salesforce India, right? And reach out to them, talk to them, build those relationships. Because what happens, these things actually compounds. For example, let's say the HR might be going to the SDR manager and say, hey, I have 10 profiles, can you tell me who are the best people based on their LinkedIn profile? And let's say if you have already built that relationship with that SDR manager, that person will think, okay, I spoke to this guy, let's have an interview call with them because he has actively reached out to me. That gives you that edge from that other profiles, right? So my short answer is, do the easy apply, but at the same time be very proactive, reach out to the relevant people from those companies, and make sure that the first meeting happens. It's on you, to be honest.
So be an SDR to get a job as an SDR.
Yeah, always. That's the right mindset to have.
Thank you so much for that, Dave. So one quick question again. So it's been like 6-7 months since I've started using Storylane in our company, Brand Intel. So
Wow.
I've been loving Storylane, and I've been creating videos even in our official company YouTube channel. If you'll see, the demos that I have been giving is Storylane. So, so almost a few 6 months back, I think, when I started, I really like the product, and there was a phase where I even thought, is there an opening in Storylane so that I loved the product, I want to work with that. But back then, I don't know, or maybe I did not find out. At one point, I left and I was focusing on other things. And all of a sudden, where I'm hearing Storylane is on your LinkedIn post stating that you have joined Storylane. So, how did that transition happen? Were you searching for Storylane, or Storylane searched for you? And if they have searched and found you, how did that happen? How did you create that brand trust?
Okay, so this is something I would say, it is because of my LinkedIn content that I've been posting for years. To give you context here, how Storyline happened for me, uh, I was interacting with the post of the CEO of Storyline, Nalin, for a while, and the founding SDR at Storyline, Akshaya. Uh, okay, Meghna has a question. I'll get back to Meghna before I answer this. So the founding SDR of Storyline, Akshay, is my friend. Like, I have known her for a while and everything. So when I announced that I am leaving Aligned and I am open to the market on LinkedIn, I got a lot of DMs about people wanted to work with me. And I think the CEO of Storyline, Anil, also saw that post, and he reached out to me and said that, hey, we are looking for an SDR. If you are open to, we can talk, or if you have someone from your network, please refer. And exactly that happened. I can just give me a moment. I'll be more than happy to share my screen and show you exactly what happened and how I got the job. Just give me a moment, so that it is a good example for people here, that how important it is for people to show up on LinkedIn as well.
Absolutely.
uh, can I share my screen here?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me know when you guys see my screen.
Yeah.
So Nalin is the founder and CEO of Storyline. On September, I said that I have I like his LinkedIn content. I am looking for an SDR job. If they're planning to hire someone, he said thanks. We'll let you know. That is September, when it was my last month at Storyline.
Mm.
Then on November, as you can see, hey Debdutta, I'm looking to bring on SDR. Are you or anyone is looking for an SDR job?
Mm.
That's it. I said happy to join. On November 18, I said Nalin, I'm ready to join. That's how it happened. And now I'm saying this. It it is because of my content. The number of the It's been 4 years that I've been been active on LinkedIn, providing content on LinkedIn, reaching out to people, building relationship with people on LinkedIn. And that's why probably it's very, I won't say easy, but has become uh, somewhere able I'm able to reach out to people and get that job, that not that not that tough for me.
Mm.
But again, this is something, it's all based on how you build this relationship,
Mm.
right? uh, I have been posting, sharing my expertise, sharing my experience, more than sharing my journey. And
Mm.
that's how people are getting to understand, okay, this is someone who has done the job, who can do the job. And
Mm.
that credibility has been built before, even if I before I joined the interview call.
Mm.
So that is another part, I would say, of your SDR journey, that start creating content on LinkedIn.
Mm.
And to everyone here who's trying to break into the SaaS world, l- you will you have no idea how much LinkedIn can provide you. My whole SDR job is based on this whole LinkedIn platform, to be honest. Like every job that I got is because I was, able to build relationship. I have taken LinkedIn very, very seriously as my career, creating a personal brand and standing out. The
Mm.
reason I'm right now speaking with so many of you guys is because I've created a LinkedIn brand, personal brand. And that's why, hire for skill guys have been able to contact me, reach out to me, partner with me. Now, I think the following question would be, what should I post? I am someone who is very new to the SDR world. I've not got the job. What should I post? Why should anyone read my content? Probably that is the question that a lot of people here might be thinking, right? So it is very simple. If I am right now looking for an SDR job, and let's say if I want to start posting content, I'll just post what I have been doing. For example, let's say today I reached out, today I have let's say interviewed at two companies, right? So you can just say that i I'm currently interviewing with two companies, that this is how I reached out. Tell you exact process. I found the SDA manager from LinkedIn, wrote a LinkedIn message to them. I wrote a cold call. I did a cold call to the manager. This is the script that I followed. Looking forward to the next interview with this manager. Next up, I have 3 calls tomorrow. I'll keep you guys posted. And just use your LinkedIn as your personal diary, where you share your journey and experience. And please don't think how many likes, comments, shares, what you get. Even if you get 1 like, great. Even if you get 0 likes, doesn't matter. I mean, if I actually took a screenshot of my first post and that got 1 like, and right now I do brand deals and all those stuff, all those cool content creator stuff I do. But again, you have to start from somewhere, and again, that's a great way to stand out. If you see, like, I can tell people that, oh, I have 16,000 followers, very cool thing to say right now. But I was at a point where I had 0 followers, I had 10 followers. But you have to start from somewhere. And again, right now here, I think there are 90 people right now. I'm sure more than 50% or 60-70% people will probably won't start creating content. But that's the advantage. You again stand out from the people. So yeah, that's my point here. Like, how do you stand out? These are the ways you stand out. Do things that most of the people won't be able to do or don't want to do, and
Hmm.
just do it.
No, right. That's why even in Hire for Skills, one of the LinkedIn branding sessions, we say LinkedIn is the new digital visiting card, and you have to enhance it. And one thing that I want to share with you, you were telling 50-60% people may not create content, but just a commitment from our side is 50-60% people who are from Hire for Skills. One of the assignment of the program is to create content. So somehow we are aligned with what you said, Deb, and it's a brilliant point to be showcased. I think we can move to the questions of audience. All you have to do is raise your hand. Already Sushant, Saurav, and Purushottam have raised your hand. Purushottam, please lower your hand. Don't mistake me. You've already asked 2 questions. Let us give opportunity to others. Maybe your question gets answered. If not, at last you can raise your hand. I believe it's
Uh,
okay, Devdutta.
yeah, one thing, I actually missing a lot of questions that has been asked on the chat.
Chat,
So
yeah.
anyone has a question, please raise your hand. That would be better because
Yeah, we
I'm
will
missing a
answer
lot
it
of
here
things.
rather than chat. Correct. Let's
Yeah,
go
yeah.
with Saurav. Yes, Saurav.
Yeah, my question to you, Dev, is first of all, the content part that you're trying to mention, like you can post whatever you're trying to do. But actually, according to some LinkedIn algorithms, like if we are trying to break into SDR roles, so we have to show our learnings and expertise to build authority so that we can attract recruiters, right? But sometimes what I am seeing right now is uh, due to some LinkedIn algorithm, your post doesn't reach to the maximum recruiters point or to people who are looking to have some roles because LinkedIn judges you on the authority and position where you are working at right now. So how to manage that so that your post will be getting reached to a number of people?
Yeah, I mean, uh, sort of, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sort of. One thing I would tell you, when you're posting content, I understand your concern reaching out to the relevant people. But what I'll say is, when you're reaching out, when you're posting content, please don't think who is reading your content, if it's reaching out to the right person or not. My only aim, let's say if I'm trying to break into the SDR world right now, the only reason I'll create content is, or write something on LinkedIn, is to document my journey. And I really don't care who is reading it, if I'm getting likes on anything. Just treat LinkedIn as your personal diary for 1 year. That's it. And see how the magic happens. You
Okay.
will be
Yes.
amazed to see that, in that 1 year, if you're just writing down your experience or your journey on LinkedIn without zero expectation, which is, I know it's difficult to do, but if you do it, eventually it will be seen by people who are the people you should see their content. Eventually hiring managers will see your content. Eventually the SDM managers will see your content. But if you start with the mindset that, oh, my content is not reaching out to the right person, oh, I don't have the authority, what it will happen inside your mind, it will tell you, let's not post content, let's keep it that way. you know so
Okay.
my only point here is, just share, just take LinkedIn as your personal diary for 1 year, where in your diary you don't show your personal diary to everyone, right? You write it, close it, and you get back to your work. Just take LinkedIn as your personal diary for a year and see how the magic happens. And I'm telling you this because I've been there, done that. I'm getting the the fruits right now. That's the only answer I have right now.
Just to add on this, Saurav, the only
Yes.
algorithm that LinkedIn works upon or accept is consistency.
Yeah,
Eventually,
right.
if you have a like or responses or impression of 20,000, don't post it for 1.5 months and come with a picture with Shah Rukh Khan, it will not hit the same impression. So it's not about the content. Content comes like Shah Rukh Khan is a big name, so obviously it will be a hit. But I believe you get the context, right? So consistency is everything.
Okay.
I,
Got it.
absolutely. I
Uh,
mean, sorry to
uh,
I forgot to mention that, but yeah, consistency beats I mean talent for any day.
my last question to you is just a last question, and then I can mute my mic. Just a last question. Actually, I have got one opportunity from opportunity mail from one of our lead GPT company founder, but over there, because it is difficult for me to judge. He has sent me the email from a Gmail.
Saurav, we will just ask the public question. You can DM him personally for this. Okay? We will just go for public because so many public questions are there. You can DM him. He will be available to answer. Don't worry. Okay?
Sure, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Now the next one goes to I who all have raised their hand. Yes,
Ayan
we have
Sikdar.
Ayan Sikdar.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
So basically, my question is like, if I'm working as an SDR in company X, and like I'm outreaching to my ICPs via LinkedIn, then that person will check my LinkedIn profile, right? Now, if I am posting something which is relevant to my journey of SDR, they won't find relevance to my profile with the problem which I'm solving for them.
Yeah.
So the thing contradicts, right? Now, how will I manage this thing? Now, this is what I'm actually facing.
Yeah, good, very good question. So, so I'll just simplify the question for everyone here. Let's say I'm selling an HR tool, right? And if I'm posting content based on sales, then the HR persona will not relate to the content that I'm posting, right on?
Yes, yes.
Right. So here I have a solution for that as well. So let's say if, for example, if your person is active on LinkedIn, for example, if you're selling to sales, marketing, HRs as well, they're active on LinkedIn, and like you get meetings booked from LinkedIn with this kind of personas. What you do, for example, it's no, if it's a non-sales persona, HR, cybersecurity, and all this stuff, you have to balance. Let's say you post 3 times a week. Two posts can be about your journey, about your SDR job, etc., etc. And one post on that week should be about the industry that you're selling to. If you're selling to HR industry, speak about the HR industry. If you're selling to cybersecurity, speak about the cybersecurity industry, what problems they're facing, how your product is solving, etc., etc. If you're if your company is been doing some webinar or any marketing campaigns, post about that. So you have to balance, right? Now if you go to my profile, you'll see I started at a company called Super Bings. It's an HR company, and after that I made a very conscious decision that I want to only sell to HR or say HR, sorry, I want to only sell to sales or marketing people or RevOps, right? After that I only made sure that I am part of those companies. So Six Sense, Align, now Storytel, Storyline, all sell to sales and marketing. Now that is my personal point of view, that I want to only stick to this type of companies. But someone, let's say, but obviously there are a lot of SDRs who sell to cybersecurity, a lot of SDRs sell to HRs, finance, a lot of people. So you have to balance your content then, as I said. Does
Um,
that make sense?
yeah, I got it. Just one last question. Firstly, I have a follow-up question on this. Now, can you just elaborate now how to balance it? And one last question is, if I'm posting like so that it doesn't contradict with my personal brand and the relevant ICP's posts, what should I keep my heading of the profile? Like, I guess it's called the heading, right? That.
The bio.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Headline.
not the about section, but the bio. Yeah,
Headline. He is talking about headline. So
yeah.
before Debdutta can step in, um, Again, I just wanted to reassure the topic of this session is how to get a SDR job in 2026, even though LinkedIn is a key part of it. We will have this answer, but I advise others to keep your questions more focused to interviews and applications, not on posting content. It is becoming like a social media manager masterclass. Just something that I felt. Yeah. Yeah, Dave, over to you.
Yeah, so balance for me, I post 3 times a week. That is my balance because I know I'll be consistent with that. So you have to find your balance. It can be 2 times a week, it can be 1 time a week, it can be 4 times a week. After that, let's say if you post 3 times a week, as I said, you can let's say you post on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, you post about sales, SDR, your journey, etc., etc. On Friday, you post about company related or your prospect related content. So that's how you have to make a balance. How what is your headline? Your headline should be as you see a lot of SDRs, or even I put like SDR, you can put helping finance people reduce, etc., or helping HR leaders remove the pain of hiring, something that you help the prospect with. And then you can write a you can write SDR at company. That's the basic headline that you can use. uh, if you see, my headline is eating rejection on breakfast, dinner, lunch, dinner. That's a kind of witty thing that I have put. But earlier I used to use this like helping sales and marketing people reduce, etc., etc. So I would say the headline doesn't matter a lot. What matters is if you're putting content, what type of content you're putting, your about me section, how you're describing your about me section. If you go with the headline just with SDR at XYZ company and that's it, it is also enough. So I would say don't stress on the headline. It can be something that you feel that is right, that someone will read and will be interested to read, go through your profile, do with that. But the more important thing is your about me section, how you describe everything in your about me section, then what content and how you engage with people. That's the most important thing.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Dave.
Thanks, thanks. Yeah,
I believe Ayan that answers. And guys, at the end
yeah.
of the day, when you are posting something on LinkedIn, it's the post, it's the content. Hardly 2 to 5% of the people will go open your profile and check about the about section. But yes, the employer matters, and I believe that answers the question. Now we have Soheb. Hi, Soheb. Open to you.
Hi, Ravi. Hi, Dev. My question is like in two parts. So first part is like, let's take firstly taking a transition from B2C to B2B. SaaS is pretty much like, where they consider a prior experience and expertise, hands-on experience. So let's take somehow you showcase that, yeah, you have exposure of, generating the lead or doing a SDR role. Somehow you have cracked. So now second part is, let's take you have cracked one company out of 100 interviews or 50 interviews, right, after getting rejected. Now my question is, let's take once you get in the like role as a founding SDR, and then you feel everything is new to you, right?
Yeah.
And the manager or SDR manager or even a VP, they think that you are aware about those aspects and you have been doing that roles and you have been doing that roles and responsibilities. So how as a founding SDR, when you joined, how you have tackled this situation initial days and met their expectation and deliver your number or target?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
just
Yeah.
to shorten the question, Soheb, in short, if you are going as a founding SDR without help, how you are supposed to prove the deliverables, right?
Correct, because you have portrayed that in interview that कि मेरे को सब आता है.
Got it. So Dave, over to you, Dave.
So I'll tell you the founding SDR role that I've done at Aligned and how I was able to be successful. The first thing is as a founding SDR, it's a tricky role. It's like a high stake role where if you do well, there's a high reward. If you don't do well, there's a lot of downside as well. First thing is you have to make sure what are your expectations, right, from the founder who or the SDM manager if you have one. Secondly,
Okay.
you have to plan your first 90 days, like the first 3 months.
Hmm.
When I was at Ryan, luckily I had the opportunity to work with Saad Khan. Many of people will know here.
Okay.
So Saad Khan
Oscar.io
is
director.
one of the
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Prosper director, right?
No. He was directed aligned. Anyway, I'll just keep no, sir, not Sad from Dubai, the no, the one who cold calls on LinkedIn, not that one. Anyway, um, yeah. So I'll just keep answering the question that you said. So you have to first mention your first 90 days, right? Now, first 90 days, the first 30 days, what you have to do is you have to understand the product, you have to understand the persona, what they're selling to, what the people have been, what the company has been doing till now, and where you think you can provide value. So first 30 days will be mostly about your prospect, your product, what things your company has done till now in terms of aligned as well, sorry, in terms of their GTM, etc., etc., right? Down next, that the second month, or on the from 30 to 60 days, that's where you reach out to people, you build some messaging, and where you show your expertise as a SDR, and probably you get some idea, okay, probably emails are working, probably cold calls are working, etc., etc. And the last month, that is the third month, from 60 to 90 days, where probably cold calls have been working, so you double down on your cold calls, right? And then you see, okay, I called 100 people, I got 20 people on, I'm able to speak and got two meetings. After 90 days, you will have some type of criteria where you can judge yourself. For this company, cold call works. This is the numbers that I'm able to find. I mean, these are the these are the numbers, or these are the targets that I'm able to do. And if I scale, this is what I'll be able to do. So the first 90 days is very important, where you structure yourself, where the first month is, you have, let's say, a type of an onboarding session, from, and second third month is where you implement everything as an SDR. Apart from that, you obviously set your expectation with your manager, that what they are looking for after 3 months, where they see this SDR role, what they are expecting from you after 3 months, if that expectation is logical or not. And if if that doesn't happen, let's say if you're not able to meet the expectation, what will be the what would happen after those 3 months? Like, will they give you like more chances? Will Because founding, as I said, founding SDR role, it's like quick hire, quick fire. So set the expectations right, have everything documented over email, and then have a clear 90 days plan that you share with your manager or your founder, and stick to it. That's it.
Cool. Thank you. So, guys, let's stick to the question of getting the job, not what happens after getting the job.
Yeah.
Right? It's all about getting the job, not what happens within the company, because we have already succeeded and half the journey is won. Now, let's move to Nilesh. Yes, Nilesh, question.
Yeah. Hi there. Great session, man. So I'll just share my experience about like where I rejected from one of the company. I got the call from this company. I have done my basic research of company product, about the team, etc. And thinking in the mind that there will be two round. One is HR and second will be sales call with the sales director. But they asked me like go through three rounds. One was this HR, second was cultural fitment, and third one was with sales. I thought, what is this cultural fitment round? So it is very simple. Like, they ask me like,
Yeah.
what do you do apart from your job, how your Saturday, Sundays are. And like, they wanted to understand about me apart from the work.
Yeah.
And interestingly, I thought that it is very simple thing. Like, I'll explain what exactly, I cannot change what exactly I'm doing. And I found that, okay, they didn't push me for the sales round. Any specific I don't know, any specific preparation or something for the cultural fitment, or how should we present ourselves into that particular round?
Okay.
Good
Firstly,
question.
Nilesh, great dedication to take the call from a car. Thank you. Yeah. Secondly, yeah, coming to your question is, any preparation that you should do in terms of cultural fitment. I would say, understand like why this round happens, because like obviously companies want that they um, want to take professionals who are aligns with their culture, so that it doesn't happen that you join the company and then you're not able to be fit with their culture, and there's a mishap. Now any preparation, personally, if you ask me, I haven't taken any preparation till now, because I like to be authentic on those questions, because those are mostly, it happens around your uh, personal goals, how you are as a person, your personality. uh, if you ask me, and it can vary from people to people, I like to get to those calls unprepared, because that shows my real personality, that gets my real authentic self, and I'm able to answer things on the spot, which whatever comes to my mind. If I prepared for, let's say, for anything, for those type of calls, it might sound artificial for me, it might sound something that I'm not speaking from the heart, and for me I feel those are it might hamper my interview, or in the interview process as well. So if you ask me, I would say just be authentic. If you like something, tell them. If you don't like something, tell them, so that at the end of the day, you because it's a two-way street for both the parties. It's not that it's a culture for like the company is assessing you. You are also doing an assessment that if this company is right for me or not. So in if I have to look in that way, the company has also should also prepare themselves in those cultural round, but obviously the companies don't do it. So, and that's something, I would say that when you're getting into a cultural fitment assessment round, just be authentic, that hey, I like what you guys do, I like the values, but if you really don't like anything, just speak. uh, I'll tell you a real world example. um, there's one company, I won't name the company, but the way they were selling, I didn't really like it. Why? Because I got a message from one of their SDRs, and the way that message was that has been put down, I didn't like the message and everything, and I told the SDR manager, I said, I have some feedback on the messaging, and I really said that this is something that if I am part of your company, I won't be able to do it. Obviously I got rejected, but good thing was, I saved myself from, let's say, 3 to 4 months of that mental trauma or mental, because I knew if I'm part of that company, in 3 4 months I'll leave that, because there's no fitment of the culture. So if you just try to make yourself be make yourself fit with the culture of that company, yes, you might get the job, but is it long term? Probably no. Yeah,
Agree,
so
man.
that's
Thanks. Great response.
Thank you
Thank you, man.
so much. Thank you so much, Dave. Now we have Raj Rajeshwar. Hi, Raj.
Hi Ravi. Hi Dave. My question is about the transition from non-SaaS to SaaS. So I'm working in EdTech firm, but which is a B2B, not B2C for US market. Now, Dave, since you are the part of hiring process for Align, as you mentioned, I want to understand how the recruiters or hiring managers sees to the candidates who are coming from non-SaaS background. That is my first question. And the following question is like, how should be my approach when I'm attending the interviews, right? So how should be my approach while answering the questions? So
yeah.
that's what I want to
Uh,
understand.
First, I get to see you, talk to you, Raj. I know I see you have been engaging with my content
Yeah.
last year. So yeah, great to see you here. So coming back to your question, uh, I'll talk how SDR managers, or let's say for HR managers, see nonsense people. Uh, Not a great way. Just being very truthful and honest here. Mostly, all the companies say that we need someone who has SaaS experience, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Right now, I would say, how do you change that? The only way you can change that is by showcasing your skills. And how you can showcase your skills? Again, by just doing the cold call, but doing the cold writing the cold email, and telling them that, hey, I know I'm from SaaS background, but I can do the job. Here is an example of a cold email. or here's an example of a cold call, right?
Okay.
That's the hard truth I'm saying, because a lot of company go to an extreme of, like, they will hire an SDR who has US experience. Now,
Yeah.
hello.
Yes,
Yes,
Dave.
yes, Dave.
Yes. So who has US experience? And that is crazy, man. If I'm an SDR, let's say I'm selling to APAC market, I'll obviously can sell to EMEA or US market. Yes, people are different, but at the end of the day, sales at the base, at the core, is same. That is, you have to understand people, you have to understand their problem, and then provide a solution. But companies go to the, that extreme of that. We don't need anyone and is there with APEC or EMEA experience. We only need US experience. So in that scenario, someone coming from the non-SaaS background gets it more difficult, right? So again, coming back to the point, you have to do the basics of SDR skill, of SDR job. That is, show them the skills that, and make them, you know make them realize that you are the best person for that job right now, right? And what was your second question? I forgot, sorry.
Yeah, so you answered my second question was like, how should be my approach while I'm attending the interviews, while giving answers, that you already answered the
Yeah.
question.
So to give you another point in those, when you,
Mhm.
let's say, when you get the interview call, and let's say you have cracked the first round, or let's say you have got the call, sorry, you
Mhm.
do your research. What is this company, what they're doing, what is their product, whom they're selling, how they're making the money, or how they're generating revenue, who are their uh, uh, who are their competitors, everything. Now in the age of AI, chat GPT, perplexity, this process has become so easy right now. Like, I can't imagine doing this in 2021, but I can absolutely imagine doing this at this point. You can just go to perplexity, put a prompt, and say that, and can do the whole research in just minutes, right?
Yeah.
So it will be it will be so wrong if you don't do the research, understand uh, the company, what they do and everything. I'm not saying that you have to be a pro at what they're selling, you have to be pro at that, but you have to do a minimum basic research. That if they tell you that, hey, do you know what we do, you can't say, yes, I have gone through your website, but I would like to know from you, what do you do? That's a very bad answer. If you
Yeah.
say this thing to me, I would think that this guy has done zero research.
Yeah. Correct.
Raj,
Yeah.
got the answer?
Yes, got the answer. Thanks,
Thank you
thanks,
so
Dave.
much. Thank you so much, Raj. Now we have Ashutosh. Hey, yes, Ashutosh. The question over to you, Ashutosh Tripathi.
Yeah, hello Ravi and hello Dev.
Yep. Hello.
So I just want to ask because I'm already in the BDM role at
Mm,
Enterprise Sales CRM company where I'm working as a BDM. So and I want to explore US market.
mm.
So there are a few things that I want to know, like uh, what are the things that uh, creates a differentiation between US market and Indian market. Along with that, what are the steps that I should take while preparing my resume, and what are the things that I should be taking care during the interviews?
Yeah, I mean, see, when when you talk specifically about the US market, it's a very fast moving market, I would say. What I mean by that is, uh, the US people. And why I'm saying this, because I have worked with US at Align. It was a global company. I've worked with people from US. I have seen my head of sales, who is from US. She's getting cold calls. I don't know. I guess minimum 10 cold calls a day, right? What that means is, uh, cold calling, outbound, cold email, something which is very common in US. It's a very mature market, right? So if you cold call, let's say in US, and if you're not very sharp with your pitch, if you're not very sharp with your let's say with your questions, you will get rejected in seconds, not even minutes. So when you're selling to US, your preparation have to be top notch. I'm not saying that in India that you can be under prepared and you can sell. No, not like that. But what I'm trying to mean here is, the US market is so fast moving. They're getting so cold calls that you just have, let's say, a minute to make them realize that you can get their attention. And to get their attention, you have to practice your cold call, let's say, 100 times, right? So
Right.
first thing is, be practice everything, your email to cold call, your LinkedIn, right? Secondly, I would say, when you're actually doing the cold calls, or you're actually doing the outbound, have a mindset that this person has already got, let's say, 100 messages. My message will be 101. What I should
Right.
do different, that I can stand out, right? And
Right.
secondly, you spoke something of the interview, right? What was that?
Yeah, so actually, the first thing that you mentioned, like in the USA, the cold calling should be at a greater, it should be better, right? Because in
Yeah.
India, we also make cold calls and we are also targeting like CXOs,
Mhm.
right? So we are making the cold calls here as well. So how is it different, or what are the approaches that Indian market or Indian salespeople are
I'm so
doing?
sorry to interrupt, but I think this question is not relevant to this masterclass because it's about people coming from other backgrounds to get an SDR roles. You're
Okay.
already in the SDR ecosystem, so definitely you can connect personally with Dave.
Yeah,
But
Ashutosh, you
Okay.
can connect with me on LinkedIn.
Okay, sure. So I'm coming to second question,
yeah,
which was regarding in like preparing my resume for the US market, for the or the US companies. And so, what are the things that I should take care while preparing resume and while preparing for the interviews?
See, I would say, mm, when you're preparing your resume or your portfolio, that's where higher of skills comes to the picture. To be honest, like, what things you have to make sure, uh, you should have your numbers in point, you should have your achievement in points, you should have your real world examples where you have reached out to people and got a, let's say, a response. You have to, make sure that the projects that you have done are there on your resume. I mean, about these things, I think Ravi can speak more, because they do this day in day out with their students. But I mean, if I am preparing my resume, these are the few pointers that I will obviously make sure that these are things in my resume or portfolio. Ravi, if you want to share anything.
definitely we'll come to that. So, guys, at the end of the day, everyone wants to hire you by checking the work that you have done. And when you are putting your resume is just a piece of paper. I already answered this, but again, I'll go for it. So, when you are preparing a piece of paper that does not justify the job roles that you're supposed to do, and that kicks in the real example or how well you can represent, because the learning always happens in two phases. Remember, guys, the first phase is phase A, where you're supposed to just take care of the skills which is required for you to survive in the industry, where deliver your day-to-day roles. Phase B, where you represent what you know. I know everything, but I'm supposed to tell it to the person in such a way that he accepts that, okay, this is the person. Because why I love sales personally, I'll tell you, because this is the only domain where you can go and tell that I will be bringing money to you and I deserve the money. It's
Right.
just a give and take opportunity. So the only thing in getting the job that I believe, I have interviewed in B2C and B2B, I have interviewed multiple people. The only person that I will take in, the who can personally tell me that, Ravi, I need 20 lakhs. Everyone needs 20 lakhs, everyone needs 25 lakhs, but who deserves the 25 lakhs? Who, rather than asking me that, Ravi, I need 20 lakhs, who tells me, Ravi, I can bring 2 CR to you. Would you be okay to give me 20 lakhs out of it? So when you are expecting 20, expecting 25, it resonates with the kind of revenue you can bring into the company. So when you are
Exactly.
representing yourself through a resume or through whatever means it is, you have to ensure that the piece of paper justifies the job role that they are expecting you to do. And one of the best things that Debdutta told, that cold calling mastery, because at the end of the day, you are outreaching to people, you are doing campaigns, you are posting on LinkedIn. It all ends to a single person who is going to take a call on your product. And if you're not able to represent yourself, your product, understand the market fit, understand the requirement of the client, fit your product into the requirement currently, then everything becomes useless. All the campaigns, all the outreaches, all the interview preparations. So this is what we are supposed to do. I believe that gives you a little bit of insights. And for anything else, we are always open to the DMs. Okay.
Thank Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Dave.
Thank
For
you.
the
We have
insight.
Ahmed. Yes, Ahmed.
Yes, I wanted to ask how should be a proper like structured day in the life of SDR, and what type of personality shift have to be taken?
A crazy question, I would say. We have done a lot of research on this, and I'll ask Dave to answer this. So, because what happens, Ahmed, I'll tell you,
Mm,
depends upon different kind of quotas, different kind of personas, different kind of companies you are working for. If I am in
mm,
a company with 3 months of experience, my
mm,
day will look hectic. If I'm in a company with 12 months or 15 months of experience, it will
mm,
look more structured. So
mm.
rather than going which segment of an SDR I will hand it over to Dave, who can give a generalized structure of a day of an SDR. Dave, over to you.
Yeah, so life of an SDR, let's say, so I'm talking from a point of view, let's say, uh, I mean, a lot of people here, let's say, are trying to transition. So I'm talking from their point of view. Life of an SDR, of a first time SDR who has recently transitioned from, let's say, from B2C or other part of the domain to a
Mm,
SaaS world, and this is their first SDR job. So how
mm,
their day will look like? Majority of your day should go to prospecting. We have, let's say, more or less 8 hours of work that we do per day. Out of 8 hours, let's say 4 to 5 hours you
mm.
should be reaching out to people, right? And when I say reaching out to, that
Oh,
means cold calling, cold email, LinkedIn, right? After
mm,
that,
mm,
apart from those 4 to 5 hours, there will be internal meetings. There will be
mm,
admin work, there where you have to work on your CRMs and data. You have to put all your data, etc. That is mostly
mm,
comes into the admin, and
mm,
then planning your day ahead for the next day.
mm,
But you should focus most of your day where you are building your list, you are finding the right prospect, you are reaching out to prospects on email, cold call, and LinkedIn or any other channel. And
mm,
to do that, you know, at a scalable process, you have to use tools. Now it depends which tool you're using based on the company that you're working, but
mm,
more or less, I would say, when you audit your time, you should see that, okay, out of 8 hours, I am using 4 to 5 hours just to reach out to people, because that's your primary job. You have to, at the
mm,
end of the day or the end of the quarter, you have to hit your targets. If you're
mm,
not reaching out to more people, there is something that you're doing wrong. So that's
mm,
the day. Personally, after 5 years of being in that industry, I make sure that whenever I audit my time, I'm
mm,
reaching out to more and more people,
mm, mm,
because
mm,
that's the primary thing that the companies hired me for, right? And
mm,
then obviously there are some internal meetings, admin work, uh, then you're planning your day, strategizing, etc., etc. That comes, but again, the majority is reaching out to, talking to more people, and building those relationships, doing
mm,
those follow-ups. So important.
mm.
Perfect, perfect. I believe
Thank
that
you
answers the
so much.
question, Ahmed. So, guys,
Thank you.
just to add on this, whatever how the day looks like. So, what we have done, we have created a community. It's there in the chat. Tomorrow, we are going to drop all the learnings that Debdutta has, and he wants to share in the form of a PDF and the slides. We will be sharing over there. So, if you have not joined the community, run towards it, because next week or maximum within 10 days, we are going to have a session from Arvinda, where we will have a live demo of all the tools which is actually shifting the market. We have so many tools, right? We have Apollo, we have Lucia, and we have so many things to go. What we have done, that next week or within 10 days, you'll be sitting with an industry expert who is using the tool to build a product from 0 to 1, a scratchable product, where the roadmap does not exist in the market. So you sit and you understand the basic tools. If you are a level 1 person, what kind of tools you should be using. If you're a level 2 person, what should the tool you should be using. And if you're an expert where a revenue is on your shoulder, $100,000 or $200,000, what kind of tools you should be looking forward to. So this is what we are making it possible for you. And just like this masterclass access was given to you, same way all the other masterclass access will be given. Yeah, Riaz, you can just be in the community and everything will be dropped off there tomorrow. And yes,
Uh,
Kishore has posted the community link. Thank you so much, guys.
can I share one thing so that people get a bit excited about joining the community? I'll be dropping this playbook that they have been creating from past 1 year. It has everything that an SDR needs, I would say. And from like cold email to reaching out to prospects on LinkedIn with real examples. It has guides. It has cold calling frameworks of Saad Khan. Everything I'll be very much happy to share with the community. So please join the community. I'll share this with Ravi. Ravi will probably share this on the in the group. So just to give you a sneak peek.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. And we have certain other aspects that we'll be discussing in the community that is hidden as of now, but it's gonna come up because, guys, now when we talk about the SDR roles, you know that AI SDR is into the picture, right?
Yeah.
And you know that the adoption rate has increased from 3% to 7.5%, and it's gonna increase. Now, what can keep you ahead of them? Getting a job, fantastic. Now, I had a very good question. It's just to a very good question from Sri Vidya, and I wanted to ask this personally from Dave. So, Dave, there is a question. 1 second, I'll just figure it out. Sri Vidya, you sent it to me, right? Yeah. So she has asked that, Ravi, I have a question. Either you can answer or later ask Debdutta. The question is, as most of us use AI to generate outreach content,
Mhm.
emails, LinkedIn, everywhere a lot of AI is involved, but top SDRs may not be using everything for AI in all
Mhm.
the aspects of their pipeline process. So the real question is, where do we draw the line? What parts of outreach, content generation, email creation, and the whole outreach process we should not touch AI, and what part of that outreach process we should automate? A wonderful question, Srividya, because the involvement of AI is too much. Everyone sounds the same. So
Yeah.
where we should draw the line? Over to you, Dave.
I love this question. Absolutely love this question. Where should we draw the line? I'll tell you where you should use AI and like blindly. And that is building list, researching prospect, finding out key things about your prospects, uh, basically anything and everything which where you don't have to show your personality, because research, finding out the right prospect, finding out contact numbers, email IDs, finding out, let's say, the key details of a company. You don't have to show your I would say your personality. So use AI absolutely for that. Like give that task to AI to do that. Where you should not use AI is writing email, writing, generating those LinkedIn messages, uh, uh, building the cold calling script. Why? Because on those things you can show your personality. Someone, let's say Ravi, can be someone who by nature is very humorous, so you can use his humor part in his emails, right, and reach out. Someone like me, probably I'm very analytical. I probably in my emails I'll use numbers to reach out to prospects, and that's what makes an SDR stand out. The personality. Everyone is unique. Now, obviously, let's say you write emails and then you go to ChatGPT or Perplexity to refine it, to make it more, I would say, more attractive or anything. But you should not transfer your brain to ChatGPT or AI tools or anything, and let that AI tool, control you. You should use AI on top of your work, right? On top of your work that you have built. So where you can use things where you don't have to show your personality, like admin work, let's say, like researching all those things. Where earlier, let's say, if I talk about 2021, how it used to happen. I see a company, I go to their LinkedIn profile, I go to their company, I go to Google, search about their news. All these things used to take at least 30 minutes. Then I used to take the research, write it in my CRM, and then I used to reach out. Today's in 2026, I go to Perplexity, I put all the accounts that I'm reaching out to, and tell them that these are the accounts I'm reaching out to, research everything, this is the product that I'm selling, tell me what are the important things I should know, and give me the all the research about the company. Then wait for 5-7 minutes, the deep research will do its magic, and you'll get everything. and on the side you just prepare your emails, cold calls, and and LinkedIn messages. Once you get the research, you use those talking points in your outreach, and then refine those messages again using ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, etc. And that's it, you reach out. So that's how I'll use AI. At least I do it right now.
Perfect. So, guys, in short, if I have to just add up, do not use it for thinking.
Yeah.
Use it for research and drafting. So,
Yeah.
suppose if you have a thought process, go to ChatGPT. Don't text anything. Don't type anything. Go to the speech to text converter and tell the ChatGPT everything that you are thinking.
Yeah.
On keep the base of your thoughts as the original content. On the basis of that, ask ChatGPT to create a draft and make it professional so it looks better, does not thinks better, because you can think better. It can only make your thought look better.
Right.
Always remember this. So that ends the session today. Thank you so much, Dave. Guys, before we let it go, I want everyone to come on the camera so we can take a screenshot, because obviously branding is important. You are in sales right now. You understand how sales is important, and I have to do it. So just for the sake of, I know this
Even I have
session was
to, even I
completely
have to do
free.
it.
I
Even
know
I
that
have
this
to
session
do
is completely free, but you can pay us back by just switching on the camera for maximum 2 minutes. Doesn't matter where you are. If you are eating, you are smoking. Obviously, if you're smoking, don't switch it on, because obviously girls are there. And if girls are smoking, then I'm completely fine. But coming to the main pointers, guys, switch on the cameras, be available, show us the face, because tomorrow, today, day after tomorrow, we are going to meet somewhere in a conference, on a TED talk, in meetings. I might be selling something to you. You might be selling something to me. It's gonna be a give and take opportunity, because we are in sales. So if Arvinda or someone can take the screenshot for me and share it with me, I can see Sheikh, I can see Sanjeev, Rishabh, Syed, Ganesh Raja, Himani. Oh my God, so many beautiful faces, guys. And why the cameras were off, I don't even understand this. So thank you, guys, for showing up
Ravi
on a
bhai,
Saturday night. Yes, yes,
I'm so
mate.
sorry. Yeah, I just have like a short question. I'll take just 2 minutes if it's okay.
Just let us conclude this, and then you can stay so people can
Done.
switch off their cameras, right? You need to be on the camera if you're asking question. I cannot see you
Yeah,
guys
I am on the
with the
camera.
gap
I'm
and
here.
all. Crazy, huh? So guys, thank you for joining the session. It's Saturday night, but then also you took the efforts. It will obviously gonna be resulting in some kind of crazy outcome. If you're still confused how to get help, where to get help, hit our DMs, because it's not only about taking admission. Whenever I talk to guys, the only thing I conclude my calls with, that you take admission, respect it, welcome to the family. If you don't take it, I ensure that when you disconnect the call and you go back to your normal life, regular life, you have certain better insights about the roadmap of your career growth. And this is what we are here to
I
do.
have,
Thank you so much. You can start dropping off. Good night. And for the next masterclass, we will keep you posted. We have the email IDs, we have the database, and you know the data is the new oil, right? It's the new gold. We have the database. We will be shooting out the emails for the next masterclass. Thank you so much, guys. Good night. Hasta la vista. Take care. I'm not Salman Khan of Big Boss. I don't know anything more than that to say bye. So, bye. Good night, guys. Thank you so much. And we have Dave. Yes, Meet, you can continue with the question.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hi Dave. Great session. I just have like a short question is I have experience in sales, but into B2B when it B2B service, not software. So I work like freelancing for digital marketing services. I have that I've been doing, but I want to switch into enterprise software, basically get into big deals and everything. So how much relevance can I actually bring? And will this kind of stuff help me to probably just switch it into being an account executive initially? Because I've closed deals, I have been working on some stuff, but I don't have like a formal experience in software sales.
Yeah. So, great question. I actually, when I started my career, I started like before coming to SaaS, I was working for with a digital marketing company, like helping them with booking meetings and SDR job.
Okay.
So how I use that experience for myself. So basically, I told the SaaS company that I've been working for a B2B company. I have been speaking to CXOs I know how to speak to them. I have been emailing them, booking meetings. So basically what I'm trying to do here is I am showing what is relevant to the SaaS company, that is talking to the
Correct.
CXOs, building
Correct.
relationship with the CXOs. So use those pointers because you have been already doing that. The only difference here is that you were selling a service here, and if going forward you will sell a product.
Yes,
But
it's different. Yeah,
yeah, it's different, but you have to portray in a way that you already know how to speak to the CXOs. You already
understood.
know when it comes to talking to the CXO, what are the things you have to keep in mind, right?
Correct.
So portray in a way that it's not difficult job. It's just
Yeah,
that I was doing a service, like I was selling a service. Now I have to sell a product. At the same time, showcase your sales skills, what you have done
correct.
at the service based company. If you have closed deals, show the numbers. If you have been booking meetings, show the numbers, right? And
Understood. Understood.
right and firstly in your head you should think that it's not a tough job, it's not a very big change, right? It's just transferring yourself from a service based sales to a product based sales. And to be honest, it's
Obviously.
not much of a deal. Yes, company makes that a very big deal. Oh, you have been selling service, how can you do that? But it's you, in those areas you have to trust yourself, your skills, your expertise, and tell them that, boss, I can do it. If you want,
Correct.
you can show, you can test me right now, and if you think
Obviously.
you can go for it. So here your
Perfect.
confidence, your self belief, your self confidence will come into the picture.
Basically,
Thank
position myself and package in that way. Thank you. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you so much. You can drop off if any other questions are there. We'll be more than happy to take. Guys, he has time limitations, so we have already crossed that time. And thank you so much, Dave. We will connect
Thank
back to you. Thank you
Please
so
connect
much.
with
Means
me.
a lot for all the insights. Thank you so much. Yes, guys. Any questions apart from this? We are open. I'm there. Tell
Yeah.
me. Yes.
Uh, hi, Ravi. Hi, Ravi. First of all, thank you so much for this amazing thing. And I have the same question similar to Meet as well. So what I think I have messaged Dave as well over the LinkedIn. So what I'm doing is like I'm in a video production house. It's a 2D, 2.5D whole kind of animations and all. And I have been doing sales and business development since last 5 years in the
Oh,
advertisement
crazy.
media industry and all. 3.5 years in my current company and 1.5 in the previous. The problem what I'm facing right now is I want to switch to a B2B SaaS. Over here, my target group is sales in like international B2B SaaS products. Like my target group in this company, in my current company. So I'm targeting them, I'm talking to them. I know their sales language, their sales terms and terminologies and all. But the problem that I'm facing is whenever so suppose I'm applying for HubSpot or any kind of sales software or SaaS software, their first question always comes after watching my series that Shivam, I'm so sorry, we are regretting and we can't continue because you don't have any experience in the SaaS software and all.
A very, very
Because
lovely
after
question.
that,
Sorry to cut you. Sorry to cut you there. With this point of your question, I have a counter question. How you are approaching the companies?
so I'm calling them, I'm like filling their form through LinkedIn as well. I'm sending them personal emails as well, Gmails as well. Like
Okay,
everything,
perfect.
I'm doing like everything, whatever I can
The
do.
proper outreach you are doing. Yes, continue.
Yeah. So I have done like I've tried my best for everything. The problem is I am getting a number of offers right now as well, but those offers are either from agencies like advertisement agencies, or if it's a SaaS product, it's very small. It's just a small startup SaaS product. So how can I approach to those big SaaS products, maybe HubSpot or like a lot of bigger SaaS products? The problem is like they are not even giving me, even if I am filling the form, usually their questions are like, how much quota have you cleared in selling a SaaS product? So all of their questions are also regarding the SaaS product only. So and
Perfect, perfect. We have Dave here for the answer, fortunately. So Dave will take over.
Shivam, I have one question to you. How, like, being like in the SDR world, how long you want to be an SDR? Like, do you want to take this as a long term career or like short term?
no, I wouldn't take it as a long-term career. Right now,
Long
I'm
term.
getting offered for account executive itself, but in
Yeah.
small startups.
Okay. So, okay, I'll tell you. I'll be very realistic, and please don't take this in any way. If you want to go for like bigger fish, you have to start from somewhere, right? Uh, you have to be very strategic with your outreach, right? It's very logical that bigger companies won't give you that chance right now. I mean, if you think from their point of view, they have great candidates to select. Now, how you can make yourself eligible for those companies? You have to start somewhere. Your first agenda is to get into the SaaS world, get into their environment. For them, as you said, that you're getting chances with smaller companies. There's no harm working for a small company or a startup. Yes, there are chances that you might get like there will be work pressure and everything. But if you go for a big company as well, there is work pressure anywhere. There is a sense of like lack of job security anywhere in sales. So my point, if you're thinking as an SDR or a sales job for a long-term process in SaaS sales, start somewhere. Don't reject the SaaS companies that are coming to you only because they are small companies,
Okay,
right?
but the problem over here is that I have a family to serve as well, and most of these offers they are giving at max 10% of raise only, even for the job switch, like at max 10% raise. So should I go for it or?
Which one is better, 10% right now or 0% right now?
No, I totally understand. So my question to you is whether I should stay in the advertisement space, agency space, or something like that, or I can switch. Okay, I got it. I got it. What you are saying. I understand. You are stuck, I think. Yeah. Yeah, you were stuck. What were you saying?
I'm asking what is your why here to change to from agency or agents from agency to a SaaS world?
I love to go through a lot of techie SaaS products. I've tried more than 100 SaaS products like sales and engagement platforms and all SRPs in last 6 to 7 months. And I feel that I love to like learn these all features and all.
So if the
Rather
why is strong,
than selling from an agency.
if the why is strong, and let's say if even if right now if you're getting 10% right now, I'll tell you, if your why is strong, in next 1 year you can get 100% high. I'm not selling that by chance. I have got that.
Okay. Okay.
So it all.
That's where we come into the picture.
Yeah.
I'm not selling the program, but that's where we come into the picture. Where, because see, I'll tell you, Shivan, it's very, very clear. Everyone wants to hire someone who has done the job. Very simple, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, if you are on the other side of the table, you will not take someone who is coming from a different background and asking for a hike plus a transition.
No, but the thing is like roles and responsibilities are same. Everything has been same. Target group is same.
Obviously, you can justify it because you're on the other side of the table. But when I have option to hire someone who has the same roles, same responsibilities, but the same product, why I will choose you over him? Right? I don't have you as the only candidate. So what you can do, you can prove your worth by delivering a practical experience. What you can do, you can go for the internships, you can go for upskillment, you can showcase everything that you're asking me that I'm coming from a different. Okay, when I was working parallelly, I was learning, and parallelly I was interning for the SaaS companies where I have delivered certain meetings. I understand the tech product very nicely, and that's what we are resolving. When I told initially that when after even teaching people, after even training people, we found out certain demerits that at the end of the day they will reject you, saying that you don't have relevance experience selling the relevant product. Might be the selling process be the same, might be the market be the same, but what about the product? So that's why we introduced certain modules in our program where people get to intern with the B2B SaaS companies in the choice of their market. And once you complete those internship, you get certificates from those founders where your achieved targets will be mentioned. Your number of emails sent, your number of email opened, your number of contacts made, your number of meetings conducted, your number of meetings booked. That shows the parameter which is as equal to a person working for that company. Because at the end of the day, it's a B2B SaaS product. And that's how you crack the deal. You are doing everything right. But how to create a relevance out of nowhere? You cannot do it until unless you are actually working on it.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Makes sense? Yes, Purushottam.
Yeah, thank you so much, Higher for Skills and Devadatta. It was a very great time here having you all, and it was very productive to learn new things from you and about the industry and all. So my question is to Debdutta. So how do you deal with rejections within the job sector? And other than that, how do you, when you get the job of the SDR, how do you make sure that you hit the quota you hit the quota consistently over the period of time and be a successful SDR? And I
He,
mean,
he
what's
answered it already. He told he eat rejections as his breakfast. You forgot that line or
I
what?
mean, how have you dealt it in your
Yeah,
career?
yeah. I'll tell you. So when you sign
Thank
up
you,
for
and I appreciate that you have a very great LinkedIn profile, and you always produce value to all the newcomers in the industry, and we are grateful for you for that thing.
No, thank you so much, Purushottam. I'll just answer your question. So, firstly, brother, when you sign up for a career in sales, you take it rejection is part of your job. Like I'll tell you, if you when you start your SDR work, out of 10 people, 9 people will reject you, right? So this is how I see rejection in a nutshell. Let's say I have a 100 rupees, let's say, product for just for the sake of example telling, and I'm calling 10 people, for example. So every people, let's say, and I call 10 people one by one. So every people rejecting me uh, is giving me 10 rupees for rejection. Now how this maths work? Let's say I call 10 people, 9 people reject me, the 10 people say yes, I'll buy your product, I get the 100 rupees. Now if I just do the simple maths, every people who rejected me got me closer to the 10th person, right? So every people basically gave me 10 rupees for saying no, so that the last person was eventually was convinced to buy the 100 rupees product. So I take rejection in a very different way. I don't know if it made sense to people right now here, but I can obviously talk in details if you reach out to me on LinkedIn. But I
Yeah.
see rejection as not something that I should stop my outreach. Rather, it's a motivation for me to reach out to the next person, because the right person is waiting for you. You just have to reach out to more and more people. As simple as that.
Yeah, yeah.
And and what was the second question? Like how to become successful as an SDR?
Being consistent in hitting the quotas. I mean, there might be some months where we can thrive, and there might be some months where we may not thrive, ideally speaking. So I don't know. uh, I mean, the main question was what kind of mindset should we carry when we are getting into this lane?
I mean, simple thing like you don't have to be you don't have to complex the profession. The mindset should be you do your best job, right? When you're getting when you're reaching out to, when you're doing the actual work, you do your best, so that at the end of the day, when you're shutting down, and you feel satisfied that I am happy with the work I'm doing. It's very similar to if you have played sports in your life or any physical activity. A lot of things is not in your control. The things that your control is your skills, your practice, your determination, your consistency. Do these things, have a mindset where you put your 100%. Whatever the result is, don't think about that, and be satisfied. That's it. I mean, it's very difficult to do as I'm speaking, I know, but it's a long term process.
Yes, yes. Thank you for the answer.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, guys. No more questions. And we have one more last question from Meghna, that is it possible to make a transition from a traditional sales background like packaging industry to the B2B SaaS sales? So, Meghna, just to answer this, we have had people from event management, HR, business analytics, and what all background, but totally it depends upon. You shouldn't be, I'll be very honest, don't mind it. If you are above 35, it's very tough. If your communication is not great, it's very tough. If you are coming with a lot of package like 20, 25, and then you want to make a transition with matching the package, very tough. So certain parameters will be there which will act as an hindrance to make a transition. But if you are ticking mark certain boxes, and you are other certain parameters which can be taken care of, then there is no harm or there is no toughness in making a transition. Anything to add, Deb, on this?
No, I think absolutely great points. Like few things that you mentioned. If you're coming with a high package, absolutely tough, because when you're going for SDR job, more or less the starting salary is around revolves around 8, 9, 10. maximum 12 LPA. SDS with lot of let's say someone who has 10 years of HR experience and now want to transition as an SDR, it is tough obviously because companies don't really want to hire someone even if they have skills. So yeah, there are few pointers or criterias that might hinder your process, but if those are not there, anyone can break into SDR. It's not rocket science, to be honest. You just have to follow the skills, the processes that is there, and that's why people like Ravi and their team is doing a great job placing people.
Thank you for doing sales for us, Dave. Jokes apart, guys, everything is possible. If you're putting a point on the table that yes, you'll be able to bring revenue to the company, then definitely the company will be more than happy to pay you back. Because obviously, understand, if I own a sari shop, I'm giving you a very basic example. Suppose if I own a sari shop and I have 4 people working for me and they are selling 10 saris a day, you come in, you make me believe that you'll be sell 15 saris a day. Will I tell that the company don't have vacancy? Will I tell that I won't be able to entertain you? Will I tell that I won't be able to pay you? So it's all about proving it to the person who is looking to hire you. If you prove it to them that yes, you'll be able to deliver better than what people are already doing, and you have to showcase it by a roadmap that you have created, no one will ask you not to work for them. If Meghna, you are in the meeting, then I guess that answers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Good night. Now let Devdatta take a breather. We are already running very late. So thank you so much, guys. You can drop off. If you have any questions, he is available on LinkedIn. If you don't want to outreach me, if you think that I'll take your money, reach out to Devdatta. He will not take your money. Take care, guys. Good night.
Right.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Newton.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
much,
Thank
guys.
you,
Thank you,
Ravi.
Ravi.
Yeah.
प्रकृति कुछ पूछ रही थी ना, प्रकृति कहाँ गई? प्रकृति चली गई. ठीक है, guys. Any more questions? Anyone? No? Lovely. If you have a question, you can just unmute.